And as the prophecy says in verse 12, the way for the kings from the east, that forces from the east, is prepared by the God angel. The good forces from the east, their way is prepared by the God angel. But they are not in the Armageddon. They are not there yet. Only evil forces drawn and gathered by Satan, the United Nations and NATO. That's the scenario presently in the Middle East. And that scenario started since the first Gulf War. The British and USA troops have been in the region since the first Gulf War under the UN umbrella. So the gathering just built up for the invasion of Iraq, along with the coalition of the willing. And in Afghanistan, there are NATO troops in it. And in Lebanon, UN troops are in it. So, now, when is that the good forces from the east will be in the region for the battle of Armageddon? When that is gonna be? Let's see the scripture in Revelation 16:19. Now, the great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell. And great Babylon was remembered before God, to give her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. Revelation 16:19. Okay, the city to be divided into three parts. That's Iraq. Iraq will be divided into three parts between the Shia, the Kurds, and the Sunni. Right now it is divided into two. It is divided between the Kurds. They have their own parliament and semi-autonomy, and Shiite controlling the west of Iraq, controlling the Sunni. So the Sunni also will have their own parliament and their semi-autonomy, as the Kurds do. So at that time, Iraq will be divided into three. The battle of Armageddon will start. And that's when the great Babylon will be remembered before God, to give her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. Now, which country is Babylon described in the book of Revelation? Iraq used to be the ancient Babylon. It's still the same Babylon described in the book of Revelation. or another country, or Babylon is the United States of America? Let's find out. Revelation 14:8. And another angel followed, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Revelation 14:8. Babylon is fallen, that great city. As humanity is presently going through the prophetic time of the book of Revelation, which great country is fallen? The USA, the British, France, Italy, Germany, or Russia, Japan, China, or India. The only great city, the only great nation falling is the United States of America. USA forces are stretched too thin. USA forces are strained to break down. The USA economy is collapsing. The mortgage meltdown. Borrowing money from here, from there, to support the war effort. The dollar value is plunging down. America is fallen. The Babylon described in the book of Revelation. Why is that? America is fallen. Let's go back to the scripture. Revelation 14:8. That great city is fallen because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. America is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Fornication is a sexual intercourse between unmarried persons, a forbidden relationship by God. The only relationship God recognizes is the relationship between men as a church with Jesus Christ. Men as a church, the bride for whom Jesus Christ gave his life on the cross. That's the only relationship God recognizes. With whom then America got into fornication with? With whom? Satan, the deceiver. Satan deceived America with racism. Fornication is the word described in the book of Revelation as racism. America is fallen because of racism, Satan adoration. Let's see more scripture describing America as the Babylon is fallen. Revelation 17:1. That's Revelation 17 verse 1 and verse 15. Okay, let's read 17:1 and then 15. 15 is just the explanation of the verse 1. Let's go read 17:1. Then one of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and talked with me, saying to me, "Come, I will show you the judgment of the great harlot who sits on many waters." And you found the explanation of many waters in 15. Let's go read. Then he said to me, "The waters which you saw, where the harlot sits, are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues." The great harlot sits on many waters, which are people, multitudes, nations, and tongues. The great harlot is just America, Babylon. Many waters, people, multitude, nations, and tongue. America as a country of immigrants is the only place on the earth where you find gathered together a representation of all races, nationalities, religions, ethnics, and tongues of the earth. And sit just means dominate or control. So the great harlot sits on many waters. Simply read this way: America dominates the world. Domestic policy as well as foreign policy, the same, based on racism. Let's read one more scripture describing America as Babylon. Revelation 17 verse 18. Let's read. And the woman whom you saw is that great city which reigns over the kings of the earth. Revelation 17:18. America is the only nation which reigns over all nations of the earth. Now, let's take a look on what we see with our spiritual eyes about the prophetic time we are going through. Let's take a look. This is what we see with our spiritual eyes about the prophetic time we're going through. World War III, Second Gulf War, is Armageddon. Revelation 16, verse 13, 14, 16. Satan, the dragon. Revelation 12:9. The United States of America is Babylon. Revelation 14, verse 8, and Revelation 17, 1, 15, and 18. And racism is fornication. Revelation 19:2. With racism, Satan misled the USA and the world into World War III, Second Gulf War, the Battle of Armageddon, the battle of that great day of God Almighty, Armageddon.